And you might have heard about some changes coming in downtown Battle Creek to the big hotel that stands 16 floors there next to the Kellogg Arena, the McCamly Plaza Hotel. And we're fortunate today to have a couple of guys from down there. We've got the head honcho, Ryan Simmons, with us today, the general manager. Good morning, Ryan.
Good morning.
Nice to have you here. And also Greg Taft, the director of sales, McCamly Plaza Hotel. Greg?
Good morning, Tim.
How long have you guys been in town?
Oh, I have been in since about mid-October, taking over the reins there and really trying to up our sales effort and change some of the perception of what McCamly Plaza is, make it more accessible and bring people back downtown for sure. So
where were you before that, Greg?
I was actually in Florida. I've been all over the country as a general manager in Lexington, Kentucky, Tucson, Houma, Louisiana, all over the place.
Wow.
So, yeah.
And Greg, you've been here a little longer?
Well, I've been here about 3 months now, but I've lived in Battle Creek, Kalamazoo for 20 years. So,
okay.
Battle Creek's my home, and we're looking to really kind of, like Ryan said, change the perception and really kind of get McCamly back to what it was. I mean, a lot of people really remember the heyday of McCamly and the heyday of 16th floor, and, you know, that's really what we're trying to do is get the word out that we're still here. We're making some great strides in the community since I've come on board and just kind of trying to move this place forward.
We were talking a little bit just before we went on the air. You know, I was down there recently. Scene Magazine had a dinner, not so much a dinner, but it was a nice little affair to honor Vince Pavone, their Man of the Year. Vince, the owner of Lakeview Ford Lincoln. And it was really neat because we got to go to the 16th floor of the hotel, and it'd been a long time since I'd been up there. I loved that space. Yeah. I mean, that was one of my favorite places in all of Battle Creek.
Yeah, a bit of a change from Porter's like it used to be, but you know, now we do have the 16th floor still open as banquet and event space. So, you know, the people that remember Porter's and eating up there and seeing the beautiful view. I mean, I know that's one of the first things I showed Greg when he came on board. You want to talk a little bit about it, Greg?
Yeah, so the 16th floor, I mean, is such a unique space because there's not many spaces that overlook the city. There's not many ballrooms like that in the Battle Creek, Kalamazoo area. You know, so that's kind of, we're really trying to feature that. You know, with featuring that, we are doing Easter brunch this Sunday up on the 16th floor.
Really?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, it's a pretty good deal. It's $15.95, and you know, call and make reservations. We can take large parties, and you know, but we're just trying to remind people that hey, that floor is still there, that space is still there. So yeah, and you know, just being such a unique space, and especially at night, if people haven't seen it at night, it's such a cool view. Yeah. You know, people think, oh, it's Battle Creek. Come upstairs, take a look at it. It's absolutely beautiful.
I have such great memories of that place. You know, when I first started here back in '89, our morning guy, Dave Eddy, the morning mayor, would do his radio show noon to 1 every day, 16th floor of the Stouffer Battle Creek Hotel.
Yeah.
And so he would go up there and talk with community leaders between noon and 1, and I got to ride the board back here in the studio. And then afterward, I'd finish my show for the day. But City Lights was the lounge there. There was a point where jazz musician Bobby Parker played up there every night with some friends of mine, Terry Lauer and Larry Ochiltree. And it was a really happening jazz club. And, you know, just such a great place. And then, you know, just kind of got, after Porter's, it kind of got mothballed.
Yeah, you know, and I think they, you know, looked at the financials of it. And, you know, it was getting a little expensive to run up top, but they turned it into event space. That didn't go over as well as they, you know, had hoped. Well, we've revamped the whole space. We recently did a renovation in 2015, so it's got updated AV, it's got updated fixtures and things like that. So even, you know, there's been a lot of talk of branding and things like that. When Hilton came in to take a look at the hotel, there's not a whole lot that they're requiring as changes to that space. So we're on par with some of the best brands, you know, in the nation. So really encourage anybody who's interested in having an event, come take a look. In fact, whenever I have visitors, I always bring them up to the 16th floor because I can do a 360-degree view of the city and say, oh, yeah, there's a post over there. This is a Heritage Tower. Here's the Battle Creek Tower. There's, the Federal Center. And
there's WBCK.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, it is great. And what better time to get up there and see it than this Sunday for Easter brunch. So get your pencils ready, and we'll have Greg give that information out again when we come back. And I want to ask you about the rebranding and ownership and the direction that we're going with our hotel in downtown Battle Creek. We're talking today with Ryan Simmons, General Manager, and with Greg Taft, Director of Sales down at McCamly Plaza Hotel. At least that's what we're calling it right at this very moment.
Right this second.
We'll be back. We're talking about the McCamly Plaza Hotel. General Manager Ryan Simmons and Director of Sales Greg Taft are with us. How long are we going to be calling it the McCamly Plaza Hotel?
So as of right now, projections are for the fourth quarter of 2017 branding. May spill over a little bit on different public areas, but we're deep in the design process and speaking with Hilton, on a weekly to bi-daily basis about what we're trying to do and get things installed. So
will it have a different name?
It will. We cannot wait to raise the flag on the DoubleTree Battle Creek in downtown. So we think it's going to be a very positive thing and kind of drive more excitement, which we're trying to get out right now. So
yeah, and the whole city has been told that it's going to be a DoubleTree or a Hilton for many years. And now that we're moving forward, like Ryan said, he's been in communication with Hilton. We had to send over our resumes just yesterday, which is start of the whole process. So it's really coming. And when we get those timelines, we're going to have a breaking ground ceremony just to kind of show the community that, yes, it's really happening. We're here. We're trying to improve downtown.
Right.
Recently, I played a concert with one of the bands I'm in, the Gull Lake Jazz Orchestra, so I'm doing some research because it used to be called the Battle Creek Jazz Ensemble years ago, and I came across a bunch of articles on concerts at the Branson Ballroom in downtown at the Stouffer Battle Creek Hotel. Yeah. I mean, they would play a concert there about every 3 months and other groups, and I remember going to those concerts before I was in the band and playing a few when I was in it, I mean, it was just... that room was used a lot.
Right.
And it doesn't seem to be used as much. Is that going to be changing?
Yeah. One of the things that we really analyzed when it first came in was, are we in the voice of Battle Creek? And one of the things we were finding is that we were kind of pricing ourselves out of the market. We were kind of unapproachable. So people still remember the glory days of when it was, very high end and everything like that. And it still is. But we're doing it at a much more approachable price, and doesn't do us any good for the ballroom sitting empty. So if you have a party and we can meet, if we can meet the budget, we're going to.
Yeah, I mean that's one thing that kind of the old regime of McCamly kind of built these walls up around, the city, around the hotel, and that was their pricing structure, how they wanted to work with the community. And the first thing, my first goal is to kind of break down those walls and get out to talk with the community and let them know that, hey, if we can help you guys in any way, please come talk to us. Right. One of my sales managers we've really started doing a lot with local nonprofits. Really reaching out to them saying, hey, we're here. Let's partner together.
Right.
Yesterday I had a meeting with Battle Creek Public Schools about, holding some events there, and they were kind of like, well, can we even do that? Yeah. Right. So we're really trying to change the perception of, we're here in the community. And not only from the sales side, but from the operations side. Our chef, Raphael, is also going to be working with Urban 365.
Yeah.
For local produce, so we're going to start using locally grown produce as well in our restaurant.
Yeah.
That's at Little Arboretum there to really kind of bring the community together, because we're a pillar in downtown and we need to act like that.
Right. Absolutely.
I'm really excited to hear it. That is fabulous. Fantastic. Mention the Easter brunch information again before so people can write that down.
Easter brunch is kind of something that hasn't happened at McCamly, which for whatever reason, we don't know. And, the first thing I came to Ryan is like, we got to do Easter brunch up on 16th floor.
Absolutely.
It's such a cool space. And, my goal was to have 100 people because this is the first time we've done it in many years. So between marketing and reaching out to people, we've got a really good turnout. And we're looking to grow it. So we are doing 2 seatings at 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. up on the 16th floor. It's a nice big buffet that will have omelet stations, live action stations. It's $15.95.
Right.
And we can take parties. We've got some parties of 16, 18, so we can do big parties. Best thing to do is just call the front desk at McCamly, and we can make reservations. With that, we're also trying to do Mother's Day as well. Just to let the community know that, hey, the 16th floor is still there. Our Mother's Day brunch is going to be $22.95, I believe, and big prime rib buffet up on the 16th floor. So we're really trying to grow it.
And Mom doesn't have to lift a finger.
Exactly.
Right. Exactly.
Well, except to pick a plate up and go over to the buffet.
Exactly.
You can even do that for her if you want. So if you already have plans for Easter and can't make the brunch, there you go.
Right.
Mother's Day is another great opportunity to get back up to the 16th floor of the hotel.
Right.
Yep.
And I know we have probably 125 reservations.
Yeah, we got about 100 and a quarter on.
So, give us a call. The 1 o'clock seating's filling up pretty fast.
Yep.
And 11 a.m., we've still got some availability there. We're going to do 3 seatings for Mother's Day so that we can have more people come enjoy, what we've got.
That's great. We are talking with the managers from the McCamly Plaza Hotel, but it's going to change names here sometime this year. Greg Taft and Ryan Simmons are our guests. We'll be back for one more segment in just a moment. McCamly Plaza Hotel, the Stouffer Battle Creek Hotel. It's had a lot of entities, names, not a lot, but a few names over the years. And with us this morning, Ryan Simmons and Greg Taft from the hotel. And when do they build that? Like early 80s?
It was 1981. I believe construction started in 79. They opened her up in 81 as the Stouffer's Battle Creek Hotel. Been through some entity changes. I think that was about a 10-year streak with Stouffer's, and then Kellogg's owned it for a little bit. Then Grand Heritage Hotel Group owned it, and now we've had a new owner from Chicago who's got some stake in hotels, capital investment firm. So the great thing about it is they have some money to make some things happen, and they're no stranger to that piece, and I think that's what we kind of struggled with Grand Heritage.
It'll be Hilton managed, though, so eventually you'll be able to use my Hilton points card and those types of things?
Correct. It'll be Hilton branded, so Innisfree Hotel Group is who will still manage the hotel, but we have a strong relationship with Hilton as a trusted Hilton partner to manage their hotels. They actually manage the Hilton in Pensacola, Florida, and several other hotels in beach and coastal areas. But the main thing is we've gotten a lot of hotels through a branding process, which is very involved. First, obviously, you have to secure the funding. Our ownership group definitely can do that. Then it's getting through the design process, which is pretty specific. If you pick out a tile, they say, what's the slip coefficient? So you have to have all that information together, and they have to approve all that before any construction plans are drawn up. So that's, where we're at in the process is slugging through all the details to get to where we can, break ground. And once we do, it's going to be relatively quick. There's nothing else to spec out. It's no decisions that still need to be made. So
yeah, the biggest challenge with converting a hotel like McCamly is bringing it to modern specs with what Hilton approves. The actual systems, the computer systems, getting us online, that's a pretty quick process. The biggest, and where the money goes is improving the hotel. It's going to have, they're changing the front entrance of the renderings we've seen. It's going to be a completely different look.
Really?
It's going to have a refresh. People are going to, you're going to drive up and you're probably not going to realize it.
Right.
That it's the same hotel. The lobby's going to be significantly different. The rooms look great as it is, so they're pretty close to Hilton standards, which is good. But it's going to have that new, nice, fresh look. We're going to be renovating Barleycorns, the restaurant downtown or downstairs. The fitness center is going to be moving down to the lobby, so it's going to have a whole different feel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and kind of in the voice of some what people remember of Porter's, we're a meat and potatoes kind of town, so a lot of what our cuisine is going to be is kind of meat and potato and staple food focused, but at an approachable price. That's hopefully in the voice of what people want here in Battle Creek.
No sushi bar.
No sushi bar. No,
it's okay with me.
Maybe a cowboy roll. We'll see.
It's funny. I hear about how JW Barleycorns used to be the hangout place for all the Kellogg employees, all the employees downtown, and it's kind of it's like people have forgotten because it's been the same thing since '81. And having that refresh and having that rebranding is really going to put a spark into downtown.
Sounds exciting. Can't wait to hear more. And as you get a little closer to rebranding it, we'll have you back. And you can give us another update. We appreciate it.
Sounds good.
General Manager Ryan Simmons and Director of Sales Greg Taft. McCamly Plaza Hotel, soon to be DoubleTree Battle Creek. Thanks again for stopping in.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.